consider episode 15 of the Orange Peripheral not exactly free of distractions.
Yeah.
Not going to go into details, but let's just say it's pretty funny trying to put this one together. But anyway, hi everybody.
Hey, how's it going? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, we should try to make this at least a monthly thing, not a 2-monthly thing.
That seems about logical. Towards the end of the month, we'll look over the month in review and talk funny about it.
I like that.
I think that'd be a pretty easy thing to do.
Yeah, unless something like dramatic happens.
We'll try and get it up as soon as we can. We'll try and get this a bit more consistent.
That would be nice.
Yes.
That way people can reminisce about the past month for the good and the bad.
Yeah. A lot of bad.
I'd never realized how much weird stuff has been going on. Like things we wouldn't even fathom.
Yeah, go figure, most of the time we record an episode, nothing interesting happens, and, we gotta, but once we take a 2-month break, that's when everything happens.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, geez.
We have plenty of topics to get through, so chances are we're gonna shotgun through them until we finally get to present day, which there's still a lot to talk about for present day, but let's recap what happened in these past couple months. Mainly something that happened not too long after I posted the last episode. It was the day I got back from vacation. I will always remember that day because a giant in the gaming industry was taken away from us far too early.
Far too early. We don't want to dwell on it too much because I think a lot of things that have been said, and people have said their part and probably grieved and, I want to say moved on, but come to terms with his passing.
Yes, Satoru Iwata is basically the face of Nintendo. He's, please understand, whenever you watch a Nintendo Direct, he is there to guide you through it. And he's left us with quite a few amazing games.
He was a legendary programmer. I mean, legendary. Just absolutely phenomenal.
And he probably knew better than anybody the best part about the gaming industry. Games are about fun, bottom line.
Exactly. Yeah. No question.
I think I can respect that about him, because I've always considered the philosophy of Nintendo, we don't make games for profit, we make it for fun.
I hope that Nintendo continues that philosophy going forward.
Right. They're still trying to find a successor to Iwata. Just for example, Nintendo recently released their fall lineup for the games that are coming out until the end of the year, and they literally just posted the list and said, there you go, here's the list. And I can kind of understand where they're coming from. They're probably still finding somebody. They're probably still mourning, so give them time.
There's no time to put it in just one Nintendo Direct. They'll probably need to do a special one. Mm-hmm. I would say probably by the end of the year we could hear something more from them.
It could also be like a corporate thing. Like, what do you even do in that situation when your president leaves?
Dies, even.
Yeah, dies, even.
Yeah, and, I'm sure Eastern business practices are far different than Western, so it's probably going to take them a bit longer to move on.
Right, so Nintendo, take all the time you need. You're doing a good job.
Yes, and you got legions of fans behind you, and we'll support you every step of the way.
That's right.
As long as you keep to Iwata's philosophy.
Yes, please, stay on the track you're on. Do not diverge unless you have a really good reason to.
Then again, Nintendo is a company that seems to like success.
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that this is a game company, one of the very few in the industry that knows how games work, knows how the industry works, and knows how their own market works. And they swim in money all the time.
Oh yeah, even when it looks like they're doing bad, they're still doing good.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I laughed, if anybody saw that as insensitive, the other company that's been in the news as of these past couple months, Konami won't stop digging themselves a hole.
We've already talked about Konami in another podcast about how they're fucking everything up, but man, did they ever fuck up this time.
It's kind of like I want to say like Kojima, Metal Gear Solid, that's all the nail in the coffin. but somehow they're still setting their coffin on fire as they're inside. It's like that scene from, I guess the only movie I can think of is Scrooged, where, Bill Murray is inside his own coffin, he's being burned alive because of the Ghost of Christmas Future. That's what Konami's doing. They're yelling and screaming inside their own burning coffin in the morgue, because they announced a new Silent Hill game. Hooray.
Yay, hooray.
And yay, hooray, good job for you. And, a new Castlevania game. That's completely unheard of.
Wow!
Yeah! There's only one problem with this.
What's that? As if I didn't already know.
They're goddamn pachinko machines! Oh, God! I
saw the trailer, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I've seen some unbelievable shit in the 20-plus years I've been a gamer, I've seen Shadow the Hedgehog have a gun. I took that pretty well. I've seen fucking the whole Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, press debacle with, maybe it's this, maybe it isn't, I've seen a lot of really unbelievable stuff, but I was watching that pachinko fucking trailer, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. It broke my heart, it broke my mind, it made me bleed from the nose.
It is probably the highest form of betrayal I have ever seen for not only a company, but for a franchise. Their franchises are dead. As soon as Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out, Konami is dead to the world.
Practically, unless if there's the few people out there that still love the Pro Evolution Soccer series.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
Yeah. They already closed down the servers to PES 2013.
Oh, wow. They're trying to save all the money they can, because pachinko machines, while they are big in Japan, that ain't gonna last you.
Konami has given up on the West. That cuts their profits down highly considerably.
Mm-hmm.
And a pachinko machine? You know what that says to me? That says to me that Konami doesn't care about us as gamers, or about their legacy, or about even what they do. All they care about is seeing us consumers as wallets. They just want to take money from us. Now that they're making pachinko machines like this, they're just gonna sucker all the money out of us.
I completely agree, because you have to think, when they canned Kojima, assuming, this is just an assumption.
We'll just say, instead of firing or leaving or quitting, we'll just say break up.
It was a very messy breakup because PT was a result of the loss. But after that, you noticed it's almost like they gave into the dark side. It's just like, you lose your headliner, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? Yeah, fuck everything else. So let's see, Silent Hill, write that off. Let's really piss them off with that one. Castlevania, let's make it about sexy vampires attacking Alucard in a pachinko machine. That'll get the consumers going, especially in the West. Fuck those American pigs, am I right? And, also, fuck you.
Well, you want to know the terrible thing?
Contra's next?
Konami's already done this.
Do tell.
Goemon Pachinko.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was one of your favorites, and
that really hits me hard.
That was back a while. It wasn't just recently, was it?
Well, kind of recent,
Oh. They have nothing else.
This decade, I mean. Yeah, here we go. Ganbare Goemon Pachisuro.
Sounds amazing.
Pachinko slot machine, pretty much. Yeah, it was out in 2009. Oh god. They made a second one.
Don't watch it, man!
Oh.
Don't do it.
Oh, that makes me cry so hard. That Konami is just taking all of their great storied franchises that had such wit, such humor, such personality, such great tight gameplay and wonderful, memorable moments that we've had, and just turning it into an ATM machine that takes money instead of gives it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the best you can do in Japan as far as pachinko machines is you take what you win and you exchange it for prizes. So you're still not gaining anything, and plus, pachinko machines are kind of soulless unless you're into gambling.
Pachinko machines?
Machines, yes.
Pachinko machines! Shit!
my English, not so good. What else happened in these past couple months? I've been laughing at Konami too much, and they're gonna kind of dissolve here soon.
Konami actually had a survey about their legacy. I took it. I took that survey, saying, what games of Konami's deep backlog have you played? What do you like about these games? What would you like to see most about these games? And it gave me a chance to say, in your own words, what do you expect from Konami with these franchises or whatever?
Gosh.
What kind of game do you expect? And so, I chuckled, and then I said, take a weekend to play all the games from your backlog. Remember the wit, remember the humor, remember everything I just said, and right there. That's the kind of games we want. Do that.
To which they saw you were American, crumpled up your survey, and tossed it in the trash.
He's not going to play our pachinko machines. Company Punchy Slot 3!
Yeah, there's also been a lot of dirty dealings from recent sources in Konami that treats their employees like shit, which is why all the main people have left.
Have you seen the Jim Sterling expose on Konami?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think the Nikkei is a little bit the Nikkei report was embellished slightly, a little bit, maybe entirely, I don't know. But what really is going on, despite whether his sources or their sources are right, Konami does not know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they don't, and it becomes more obvious every single day.
Every single fucking day.
Well, here's a good example of how they don't know what they're doing. They know Metal Gear Solid 5 is a seller.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that because it's getting so close to release, and they're actually giving out review copies. I put big quotes on there because they're probably just the digital copies because those are easier to send.
Actually, do you know what it actually was?
Uh-oh.
It was a boot camp.
What?
It was a 5-day boot camp.
Really?
They brought some reviewers in for a boot camp for like 5 days, and they played for 8 hours at a time. And, yeah, that was it.
See, that's strange to me because there was a story going around Twitter that one guy was going to. It was like last Sunday, I think, and this one guy was going, "Hey, I got a review copy of Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm going to do a Let's Play of it here soon." And to which everybody said, "Okay, I'm skipping the internet for like a week or two." And the hilarious thing is, Metal Gear Solid 5 footage, I think, gets immediately content ID'd by Konami, so that's not helping the reviewer / Let's Player in any means.
Yeah, if you look at all the reviews that are up right now, before 9/1, it's all footage that have been pre-approved by Konami and all the trailer stuff that they've released.
Which, to be fair, when you have something as big as Metal Gear, you don't want spoilers going out there. Which is why I've heard a lot of the review copies have a lot of scenes that are missing. Like, it cuts you off at a certain point before you get to the big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good, in my opinion, because you got an ending of a legacy. You want to make sure nobody spoils the thing.
Yeah. There's already spoilers flying around, so beware, everyone.
Yep, I've been staying away from social media. I don't even play Metal Gear, and I don't want to spoil anything for myself, because I'll eventually get to it.
Well, I'm totally fucking excited for this shit. My God.
Oh, I know. It's actually kind of funny. You and I both have a game coming out on 9/1. Completely separate universes, complete different mindset, everything, but they're both third-person shooters.
I think this shows how different our game collections have become now, and how different of gamers that we've become now.
And you know what the big difference is?
What?
We each have a different Sony item.
Yeah, that's true.
You have a PS4, so you get the next-gen goodness and all that good stuff. Bloodborne, you son of a bitch.
The way it was meant to be played.
Exactly. And, I have the Niche-mobile.
Yeah.
I've got the PlayStation Vita. So you have Metal Gear Solid 5, and I have a feeling I won't hear from you for like a few weeks, so we might have to Might have to like double down on recording so we have stuff for the next 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
But mine's the Danganronpa spin-off game, which is out of nowhere third-person shooter.
What's it called?
It's called Another Story, Ultra Despair Girls. And from the reviews I've read, spoiler-free of course, first of all I should say Danganronpa's really good at hammering home a theme that they want. Like, a bunch of people were realizing during my Let's Play the first game that the motives for murder were simple human thoughts and feelings. So they hammered that home. But I think
and feelings? Oh.
the theme in apparently the theme in this spin-off game is child abuse.
Child abuse? Do you get to abuse children?
No.
No sale then.
They it should be one of the selling points because they know how to do character emotions and how they would react to something well. But this is probably why things have gone to shit. Because kids finally have they've been treated incorrectly, and now that the big tragedy has happened, they can finally, run amok. They can finally do what they want to do. So I gotta see this.
Ooh, that sounds like it's gonna go into a bit of...
Oh yeah, it's gonna go places, and I can't wait.
Another parallel between Another Story and Phantom Pain. They're gonna go and push boundaries and things that people don't want to talk about.
I applaud that in some games, if they do it right. If they don't do it right, that's just... You can hear the ball drop, and it's not good when the ball drops and you can actually hear it.
Yeah. I got a feeling that I'm gonna cry a whole lot when I play Phantom Pain.
Probably because you'll finish it.
No, like, the Metal Gear series had made me cry a total of 3 times.
Let me guess, that was 4, 5, part 1, and 3?
No, 3, 4, and Peace Walker.
Okay.
So
Peace Walker, really?
Yeah, Peace Walker. I really resisted Peace Walker going in initially because I didn't get a feel for the graphics. It was on the Xbox, so it felt wrong, and I really didn't care too much for the online components. But when I picked it up again for the PS3, the better version, the better console, I must say, I started getting into it. In fact, I got so into it, I stayed up for 17 hours straight playing it.
God damn.
And it was... So, it's like 5 a.m. I'm finishing up the final boss pretty much. I won't spoil anything. I would never dare do that to a Metal Gear game. Never. But, essentially, at the very end of the final boss, once I learned the motivations between the final boss and how everything worked out in the end, I thought back to 3 and I just started crying. It's like, oh god, yes! It makes sense that she would do that! Oh god! I wasn't that hysterical, but I was, like, sobbing quietly in my chair.
And then you went to sleep forever.
How could you sleep after that? How could you?
Yeah, that's, maybe that's a topic we should bring up. There are actually a lot of games that you and I have both stayed up for hours playing because when you're stuck in either a good story or a good gameplay, you can't put a game down.
That's how immersion works pretty much.
And I love that. But,
the kinds of games that give you 1,000-yard stares and you're just thinking about it. It occupies your thoughts. It's like, what could happen here? It's like, my god. If I was at a party a couple weeks ago, and I didn't really mingle much because I was too busy in my chair just dwelling about Bloodborne's story.
Somebody comes over and said, hey, UDJ, do you want a drink or something? And you're
Blood?
like,
What? Huh?
The blood demon. He killed everybody.
We are
all right
of
then.
Blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. So you want a beer? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Please.
A pungent blood cocktail. Oh, jeez.
A Bloody Mary, if you will. And this leads me to, this is kind of a coinciding topic I wanted to bring up, because there have been a few games that I've been playing a lot lately, for different reasons.
Right.
For one, you have games that can hook you and keep you up until the very end, even far beyond the game's ending.
Mm-hmm.
There are also games that are just stupid addicting. And my recent addiction has been The Binding of Isaac Rebirth on Xbox One.
I have an addiction too.
It's
like a snacking gameplay, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to come back and keep playing this gigantic, long, huge story arc. Metal Gear Solid 5. You just sit down. You can play for 15 minutes, and you get a unique experience every time. For you, it's Binding of Isaac Rebirth. For me, it is Rocket League.
I've heard things about Rocket League. Is it as fun as people say?
You gotta figure it out. It does take some getting used to, but it's very well designed, very well made, very accessible, and, if I'm good at it, because I'm terrible at online games and facing off against opponents, if I'm pretty good at it, anybody can play it.
That's good enough for me. I suck at online games too.
There's just a couple tricks you gotta figure out about how the cameras work, because the cameras are terrible, but if you use them both appropriately, then you'll be fine.
I'll keep that in mind, because I keep hearing things about Rocket League, and nothing but good things. You have a couple people who are saying, Rocket League's stupid, but I play it anyway, so maybe that's part of the snack food aspect.
Yeah, because each match lasts about 10 minutes, if that. It's very, very competitive, very addicting. I was playing it for like 3 hours this morning.
That's how I feel about Binding of Isaac Rebirth, because whenever I get home from work, I play one round. And you know how long that lasts?
Maybe this'll be the round.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Because I have a really rotten luck, and I'm like, that run sucked. Let me try it just one more time. And a 30-minute run turns into 3 hours.
There you go.
Crap, I didn't get any work done. And speaking of which, I finally got the final ending in Isaac Rebirth. Wasn't easy.
I bet not.
But fighting the final boss, the secret final boss, was a lot of fun. And very unfair. But it was so worth it. Do you know what you eventually end up fighting?
No.
Do you want it spoiled for you, or do you want to skip it?
I'll look it up later.
Okay, well...
And I'm sure anyone listening can look it up later, too, if they really want to know how Binding of Isaac Rebirth ends. Because I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to not spoil one game and then spoil another, Aris dies.
No! Bullshit! They're about to remake that game. I didn't know that yet.
Yeah, that is... Oh, maybe they'll remake it so that way she doesn't die.
Maybe they'll make an option to where you can bring her back, like a hidden sign quest that takes an extra 5 hours.
Like in the last cutscene of the FF7 remake, you just see Aerith walking down the street. You don't see her face, you see her back turn, just walking down the street, and that's how it ends. That's gonna make everybody fucking flip.
So then you'll have to wait for Final Fantasy VII 2!
Ah! They already did that!
Oh, I know. And, speaking of which, I was, rummaging around GameStop recently, just looking for games that I wanted to catch up on. But I really shouldn't, because I have way too many games as it is. But anyway, searching through PS3, and I saw the, Metal Gear collection. I was like, that's promising. 2, 3, and Peace Walker. I already have 2 and 3. I don't have Peace Walker, but these are all like the HDified. Yes, I do, actually. Never mind.
You got the whole Legacy collection. Why are you looking for the HD collection?
Because I forgot what was on the Legacy collection. So
everything!
Okay, so there is absolutely no reason for me to buy games anymore, because apparently I have them all. But I was also looking through the 360 games, because, I'd like to browse around games I may have missed out on.
Sure.
And I saw Final Fantasy 13-2. I was like, wow, that's kind of cheap now. And then I remembered there was a third sequel to that. To which I had to think back. I was like, why did they make 13-2 and 13-3? Because nobody wanted them. And that's a business decision that can't be helpful, can it? 'Cause you still have people who liked 13.
There are a crazy rabid fanbase who will defend 13 to the death, and I just don't understand that. I don't understand it at all.
Because a lot of people questioned when 13-2 was announced. It was like, was there a high demand for this? And people are going, no, 13 is like one of the most hated Final Fantasies.
Let alone a 3, which was even worse than the first 2. Made even less sense.
I think it's because, they had a big story to tell, and they're like, 2 games isn't enough. Let's make a 3rd one. Let's end the series. And we're like, thank you very much. You finally ended it. Let's get to Final Fantasy 15.
I think they initially said that Final Fantasy 13 was going to be like a franchise like 7 was too, so.
Yeah.
So they probably planned for multiple games. I don't, God knows why.
I have no idea. But while on a tangent of Final Fantasy, can I just say 15 looks better every time they show something new?
I'm not falling for that again. I've decided I am not falling for that bullshit again.
How about I be the test dummy?
Gladly.
Because I really want to play 15, but not on the Xbox, if that makes sense. Because I'm married to the mindset that certain games feel better on certain consoles. Like,
right.
For example, Kingdom Hearts, Sony console. Metal Gear, Sony console. It's just wired into my brain. You have to play these on there.
Halo? Well, probably Sony console too, but Microsoft, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Well, I was perusing GameStop as well, just getting some cheap games to tide me over till MGS5. And that's why I love to get games that I didn't care for years ago, and I can pick them up really, really cheap now, so that way if I don't like them, I don't feel cheated. For example, I picked up Alpha Protocol for the PS3.
Wasn't that the one that was kind of like Mass Effect?
Yeah, it's like Mass Effect, but you're a secret agent. You work for espionage and all that. And guess how much it was?
Probably $5.
$2.
Oh, even better.
Then I picked up Killer is Dead.
Okay.
$6.
Ouch.
And then I got God of War Ascension, because, yes, I know it's a free PlayStation Plus download, but that's 80 fucking gigs, which makes no sense to me.
Holy shit!
Dragon Age Inquisition, you know, the biggest fucking PS4 game I have right now, even with all the updates and all the stuff that has, is still only 50 gigs. So I'm thinking, how the balls is Ascension 80 gigs? But I picked that up too, $10.
So you made out like a bandit, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I fucking did.
You know, that's something I want to bring up. I hate this download shit. Having to download your games onto your console does not help me in the slightest.
Yeah, I know.
I'm out of space on my Xbox One because of Rare Replay.
Oh, yeah. That's right, because everything's all download for you there, isn't it?
For certain games. Anything that was placed on the Xbox 360, that had to be downloaded to the Xbox One. Which again makes absolutely no goddamn sense, because you're dealing with a Blu-ray. A Blu-ray can handle every single game on Rare Replay, and don't you dare bullshit me that it can't. Because you don't have to download every game on Rare Replay. Some of them stay on the disc. Which should be for every single game this generation.
So even when Microsoft does a good move, they still gotta fuck it up a little bit.
I'm not complaining. That's $30 for 30 games. A lot of them which I've been experiencing for the first time, like Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads, Grab by the Ghoulies.
Yeah, I heard you were having a good time with that one.
Oh my god, it sucks. But but anyway, I'm getting all these free games, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Some of them I already had. Doesn't matter. I got them for a good deal. And for the longest time, you know, I would come home and either play Binding of Isaac or something on Rare Replay.
Yeah, it's like, what to do today? You got like the whole month where it's like, let's try a game for every day of the month.
I'm not gonna say it's a bad deal. It just annoys me that this generation has to download everything. It makes no sense to me.
I haven't had that problem with the PS4 yet. I don't know if it's because the PS4 does things differently.
Well,
like
you only play one
like,
game.
You say it takes like 5 hours to install a game when you first put it in the console?
It didn't take that long for Rare Replay, and I believe it depends on the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Dead Rising 3 took, like, 5 hours. Watch Dogs took 7.
7?
Rare Replay took about 2, and that's because it had to download the 360 games.
Mm-hmm.
But, something like, here's a good example. BlazBlue. The recent, extend version of the third BlazBlue game, that took 20 minutes.
Huh.
It was like 500 meg. It was like, oh, boom, there you go, play your game. And I was like, oh, awesome. So I guess it's the size of the game.
I don't know, that's really weird.
It is so stupid. I now have to either buy a new hard drive or just delete old games that I don't play.
Does Dead or Alive 5 work yet?
Oh, I don't know. I think I've pretty much given up on that. Maybe I'll try again at the beginning of the year. See if it works. Oh my god, that's an announcement.
What?
Dead or Alive Extreme 3.
Wait. What?
It's real.
It's real?
Extreme 3 is real.
No, it isn't.
PS4 and Vita exclusives. Oh, it's totally real. They're using the Dead or Alive 5 engine.
Oh my god.
Jiggly bits and swimsuits. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
So far, Japan only, though.
Good.
But
Keep
if
it
the
there.
Westerners want it, sure, I guess they'll bring it over.
They're bringing it to the PS4, right? Or
PS4 and Vita, yeah. And they're two separate versions.
well, hey, PS4 is region free, so
Yes!
so I'm counting on you to pick that up for me.
Yeah, sure. Merry Christmas. I got you some sleeves.
Hey, you got me
like
sleeves for
it.
my birthday too. You got me sleeves for Christmas. Thanks, buddy.
Woo! I'm glad I think of you in the correct light.
Yeah, if you weren't there for the stream, TheNSCL showed up to my house during the stream, and even though my birthday was 3 months ago, he gave me a boxed copy of Honey Pop.
Better late than never.
Better
now-
Honey Pop than nothing.
There you go. I hope you enjoy it. It'll look good on a shelf because
Yeah.
that's a Kickstarter winner.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You have a piece of history. A sleazy game that got by Kickstarter.
Well, it's not that sleazy. I mean, I've seen some sleazy ass games, and that at least has some heart and some soul behind it.
I really do like the narrative, and apparently it's getting a lot more publicity now that big name YouTubers are playing it now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for them because they just announced like a sequel game. Not exactly, but they announced a new game, and it looks like the video version of a Sonic Dreams collection.
What?
I'm sorry, that's the first thing that came to mind, but basically you're making tapes.
Oh.
But for some reason, the first thing that came to my mind
What kind of
is
tapes? Are we talking like
we're talking sexy.
masking,
No.
packing, duct?
Oh god, maybe I should get some tape to tape your mouth shut.
Yay! Jokes, comedy. This is what this podcast is, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So it looks fine. It already made 8th place in Steam Greenlight in like 2 days, so it's coming.
Alrighty. Well,
Giggity.
good. I'm glad.
You always love to hear about Kickstarter success stories.
Well, I'm also glad to hear that they have a sexy game, but it's not chauvinistic or misogynistic or misandric even. It's inclusive, it's simple, everyone can enjoy it, and there's even a non-adult version for the kiddies.
Or for, people.
That and fucking whore-ass, bitch-ass skank needs to learn.
Yes, she does. I forgot to tell you something. This is a Orange Peripheral exclusive here. The recent convention I went to, Matsuri-Con, in Columbus, Ohio.
I see you've got some items. Did you like my NSCL joke?
Yes. And for a little bit of TheNSCL trivia for you, that was going to be the original, ending line to every review where I didn't even know what my initials meant, so it would mean something different every time. But anyway, I went to a panel. It was probably one of the funniest panels I've ever been to. They did a really good job. It was called Waifu Wars. Waifu Wars, they even brought in a scoreboard. And I'm probably gonna I need to look it up because I know I'm gonna butcher it, but they had four tiers. They had God tier. They had, kind of like a great kind of one. They had good, and then they had bad. And then they brought out a hidden 5th tier. It was a trash can with an anime girl's face on it.
And all the entries were in there.
Actually, you would have agreed with a lot of the God tier ones, and I agreed with a lot of them. A lot of them, this was one of those panels where it was okay to yell out bullshit because they knew they were going to piss you off. Because the first thing they said when you came in is, okay, we just want to let you know that first things first, your waifu is shit. I was like, aww.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn it. Well, okay, fine. What else you got? Like, a good example is Satsuki Kuryuin.
Who the fuck is... Oh.
From Kill la Kill. She was God tier. She had to be God tier.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But probably one of the funniest is when they got to the Honey Pot girls. Q was God tier. And the way they clinched that decision was, they said her best line, "Thanks for the sex, bro," was a winner in their eyes.
Nope, yep, that's about God tier as you can get.
Oh, here we go. There was God tier, top tier, basic bitch, and shit tier.
Basic bitch.
There were a lot of characters I loved that were on basic bitch tier. Yeah, that was one of the funniest panels I've ever seen, so good job, guys. Apparently they come to all the Columbus conventions, so if I ever see their name again, I'm definitely going.
That's how you do a panel. You have fun, talk about anime, and everyone has a good time and laughs like shit.
Exactly.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Oh, it was the funniest thing. Especially when we got to the Kantai Collection girls. Do you know what that series is?
No.
It's Ship Girls.
Huh?
The girls modeled after World War II battleships.
Okay, because why not?
It's a browser game or whatever. I haven't looked too deeply into it. Eventually got adapted to an anime, and I have no idea how good it is. I don't want to know how good it is. But basically we all agreed they all belonged in the trash. Why is that? Because they're all German warships, and we don't like Nazis in the top tier list of the waifu wars. To which, it got to the point where we all started singing the American National Anthem, and then shouting, USA, USA. That was how the panel ended. That was glorious.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It was fun. It was the most fun I've had.
I have a problem. I don't think I'm liking anime as much as I used to.
Well, it's because there's a lot of shit to weed through. I'm sorry to say, but people are saying certain shows are saving anime. It doesn't need saving, it just needs crowd control.
It needs more original stuff. It just needs to be good.
Needs quality control.
I recently watched the first episode of something called Chaos Dragon.
Yeah, I saw that. You didn't like it too much.
Well, I was intrigued, but then I could predict everything that would happen. Practically.
Yeah, those ones...
Well, the way Chaos Dragon works is that it was based on a 6-day D&D campaign between the creators. It got made into a light novel series and then an anime. You have an island nation, invaders from the Empire to the left, imperialists who's gonna overtake the entire country and rule for themselves on the right, and in the middle is where we have our hero king, who's a child, pretty much. He's like, 15 years old, it seems. But they're fucked too because their guardian spirit, the Red Dragon, went crazy and killed a whole bunch of villagers, and so now everything is about 99.99% fucked. And it gets only worse when invaders, the middle island gets attacked, or the middle part of the island gets attacked, and our hero king is talked to by a mysterious spirit from inside of him. He needs to make a pact to save his country and become the king, so to speak. How does one form a pact? By sacrificing a loved one.
Uh-oh.
And so, in a skirmish, one of his childhood female friends gets slashed pretty much and is dying, bleeding in his arms. They escape. Then he's cradling her in his arms. Demon speaks is like, "You need to form a pact." He's like, "Okay, what do I do?" This is like, "Okay, and you need to sacrifice the blood of your best friend." And so overtakes his body with the knife, stabs her. He gets power, drives back the invaders. The day is won. I was thinking, wow, that seems pretty incredible. You know, to have the spirit of his friend to be with him forever beside him. That'd be pretty interesting. And that was the end of the episode. And then they did the most fatal thing I've ever seen an anime do in just one image. Before the credits, they pulled open a cast of characters. There's 3 of the friends we've seen and other characters we haven't seen yet. They're all blacked out. But the one that got killed, there is an X over her. So at that point I was like, I know what's gonna happen every episode now. He's gonna have to kill a friend every single episode. And it's going to lead up to him killing his best friend who he probably falls in love with, and it's going to be a shitty fucking ending, it's going to be stupid, and I have no time for this crap.
That's interesting, because there's only one other show I've seen do that.
Akame got killed?
Well, not only that, but I've heard that one's really good. No. This is actually akin to my current favorite series, because Danganronpa wants you to know that people have died. They'll show you the X's. They'll show you how many people are left.
I thought you were going to say Love Live.
Oh, fuck! Wouldn't that be a twist? Honoka just goes nuts and say, "You will be school idols!" and then murders her best friend. That would be kind of funny.
Posthumous school idols.
No, please, not the school idols. I absolutely adore Love Live.
More like ghoul idols!
Maybe I should do that as a Halloween review. Just completely put a dark spin on Love Live. I've already got one joke written down for my review of it, and it...
Love die. God, I could go on forever with this.
Oh, no, it's actually something that happens in one of the opening scenes in the very first episode, and I can't wait to put it together. I won't even say what it is.
Well, that'd be fun.
Normally the jokes I think of, like right on the spot, they're stupid when you say them out loud, but when you actually see them on screen, they actually work. Probably one of the best examples was when I did Sakura Trick, which, for those who don't know, it's the lesbian show. You know, they're all kissy, lovey-dovey. That
really narrows it down, bud.
Well, it's basically two girls. They're moving up in their school career, and they want to make sure they remember each other forever as friends. So what do? They share a kiss. I'm like, oh, that's an adorable concept. Let's see where this goes. The main problem with it is that they suck face so much in every single episode. It gets annoying. So I made a joke. It was a last-minute joke where it has a slow central scene. This is like episode 9 out of 13, and they're still meeting up in a hallway just to kiss each other all over. But it was like a really quiet scene, and I had text come out of nowhere to the sound of Mario Kart Double Dash music saying, "Did you see that, audience? The girls kissed!
They're in love!" That sounds pretty terrible.
Well, I won't say it's terrible, but as soon as you watch one episode, you've watched all of them. Let's say that.
I'm a guy who is kind of into that fluffy romantic crap, but...
Well, I am too, but not when it's done. Not when it's overdone.
Yeah. I just want some characterization. I want some moments of true... I just want some fucking humanity in my anime. They're all the fucking same.
Humanime. I've got some to suggest to you after this. I've been watching a lot more shows thanks to the subscriptions I recently got, so I can suggest some really good ones for you.
Well, good, because I kind of need them. Of course, I haven't finished Ore Monogatari or Hibike yet.
Finish My Love Story.
Okay.
Do that.
All right. I don't think it's over yet. I think they're still airing in Japan.
No, then you have something to look forward to.
Well, I do, yes. That's the kind of crap I'm into. Ore Monogatari, My Love Story. It's a story about this big, burly, doofus-looking motherfucker who falls in love with this small, tiny, cute girl, and they hit it off, and they're really in love with each other, and it's just so funny to see them stumble around, and a lot of the characters really surprised me, and it's really good.
Recommendation from UDJ. It doesn't happen often.
Chaos Dragon? Shit. Ore Monogatari? Great.
Yeah, I want to throw out one. Everybody watch Space Dandy. Jesus Christ, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I've been wanting to check that out too, because I hear it's like Cowboy Bebop if it was funny, and I actually liked it.
It's exactly it's the same team. Literally, point for point, the same team who worked on Bebop.
Are you serious?
And somehow they took a collective, bong hit and thought, what if we made a comedy about a loser in space who's completely... It's really funny.
We already did that.
It is so funny. Highly recommended.
As one who didn't care too much for Cowboy Bebop, it's not bad or anything, I just didn't care for it. It didn't interest me too much. Would I like Space Dandy?
Oh yeah, you would. It's a different kind of funny. I have never been surprised by a comedy in a long time. I know that was kind of a backward sentence, but I was really surprised by Space Dandy. I thought it was going to be one note kind of stuff. but it surprised me with every single episode.
All right.
It's awesome. And there's 2 seasons of it.
I gotta catch up on some anime. I haven't even finished Kill la Kill yet.
What?
Yeah.
Well, neither have I, so we're in the same boat.
I don't even know where I am anymore.
Time to rewatch it.
I guess so. Damn, I gotta watch a really damn good anime over again.
Shit.
What am I gonna do? Watch it over again, I guess.
Do it twice.
Well, how am I gonna do that with Metal Gear Solid 5 on the way?
Better get to work. You've got 3 days.
Oh, God.
It feels good, doesn't it, to be actually excited for a video game?
It hasn't happened since Bloodborne, really.
Oh, I just remembered. There's a game I'm excited for that was just recently announced.
Dead or Alive Extreme 3?
Oh, well, I mean, secretly I'm excited about that, but no. Resident Evil 2's remake.
Oh yes, that's right. Resident Evil 2 is finally getting a remake that everyone's been wanting ever since the first remake got made.
This is like the year of impossibility.
No shit.
I love it. Oh my gosh, they better not screw it up. Because I love the approach. I have a feeling that in the background, Capcom was already thinking, alright, we need to remake 2. We've already done 1, we're doing 0 now. We're probably gonna have to remake 2. And this is probably a background thing they've been working on for a while, but just the fact that they got on their official Facebook page and said, hey guys, we were thinking, a lot of you seem interested in a remake of Resident Evil 2. Would you want that? If so, how would you like it done?
Yes, and now.
Everybody responded exactly how they should. Keep it old school, but redo it. Just like Resident Evil Remake, where the same story elements, some of the puzzles were the same, but they were updated. So everything was updated, including all the graphics and everything, and that's all we want. Just redo the puzzles, make them better, redo the graphics, make them better, keep it old school, and just gradually just update it. That's all we want.
Oh, I can never stay mad at Capcom. They always come through in the end.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. We always find reasons to hate them, but then they do one thing, and then it's like, take me back, baby. It's not you, it's me.
Because unlike Konami, Capcom knows how to business.
Yeah, they do. They've been like stumbling around for a while, but I think they're finally getting back on their feet because they know what people want. They're actually listening again.
Yeah, I think Resi 6 should prove as a lesson to them. See, and instead of making a game that appeals to everybody, you've made a game that appeals to nobody because it doesn't have any focus.
Well, I think the main problem with Resident Evil 6 is they were thinking that's what we wanted. That's bad to assume. You should not assume that people want an action movie, because let me tell you, every other game was doing the action movie thing, and that's not survival horror. That's boring.
And we already have 7 Resident Evil action movies. You don't need to put it in the games, too.
That's entirely correct. So, learn from your mistakes, and I swear if you announce Resident Evil 3 Nemesis remake, I will absolutely love you again. Like, take all my money, because having Nemesis with next-gen AI is going to scare the piss out of me.
Yeah.
He's going to be busting through walls, Kool-Aid Man style, and I'm going to scream every time. It's not going to be fun to fight Nemesis with brand new AI.
Those shiny Unreal 4 graphics, too, you know?
Man, I'm going to have to relearn all of Nemesis patterns.
Well, if Capcom keeps making games that people want to play, then I think they're going to do alright, and just, they're on thin ice, though. As thin as their bank account.
Oh, speaking of which, I don't normally beg for things, but
oh god,
please bring over the new Ace Attorney game. Please and thank you. Love TheNSCL forever.
Yes. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to pirate it. You don't want me to do that, do you?
According to everybody, like going back to the Dark Ages was a really good choice.
The Dark Ages? It's a Meiji era.
I know, it's what I call...
It's like 400 years after.
Back in the day. There. Going back in time.
That was
there.
1985!
That's what I should have said. Going back in time, good idea. I guess you can consider Layton vs. Ace Attorney the Dark Ages.
There you go. Even though it really wasn't, but whatever.
A dark age. A dark time. I love all these tangents. Did you hear the rumors? Mainly Smash rumors.
About Shovel Knight being in?
Not only Shovel Knight, but somebody else. But first, let's talk Shovel Knight.
He's getting an amiibo! I don't care.
Right! No, that's all I wanted. And if he gets announced for Smash, awesome. I'll have a new main character.
I'm fucking terrified now because he's the first third-party amiibo. And then I got to thinking,
I know.
First third-party amiibo. Oh my god, everyone's gonna have an amiibo now. They're not special anymore.
I do agree. It all depends on who gets made, though, as far as third parties go.
But yeah, who's the other character who might be coming?
I read just a little story on Twitter to where somebody asked the voice actor for Professor Layton, why are there audio files in Smash Brothers? To which he responded, oh, that's what those extra pages in the script are for. And I thought, what? How would they do that if that's real?
Maybe soon he will be in Super Smash Brothers. Wouldn't that be a dream?
Maybe they could pull like a Phoenix Wright in Marvel vs. Capcom. Just have him do simple things that cause a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Throw hint coins at people. Toss his hat, show off his fro.
I think, they just gotta keep supporting Super Smash Bros. Because once again, our podcast goes to Super Smash Brothers. Like it always fucking does.
Of course it does, because there's so much potential now. With Brawl and Melee, there wasn't a lot of potential. But now, in this new day where they're doing different ideas, there is so much potential.
Trying to stop Project M.
Yeah. No, Project M, why? That means there might be a latent amiibo. Oh, I would want it.
When I went into GameStop, I looked at the amiibo and they just had Mario, two kinds of Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Peach, Yoshi. And I'm just like, fucking amiibos.
None of the rare ones, because they're impossible to find.
I'll just wait until they become like $2 and they start selling them dime a dozen.
You kidding? Nintendo prices never go down.
Yeah.
You should know that from Kirby.
Yeah.
Which I found Return to Dreamland.
Yeah.
It was on sale for $49.98.
Boy, that's a damn good sale. Finally, I can use that penny for something I didn't think I was gonna use.
Put it in a donation box.
But I figured that the one Kirby game I missed turns out to be the rare one.
Well, it's not. As far as like finding it in a GameStop store, it doesn't look like it's that rare. Of course, a lot of big Nintendo games are rare and they go for a lot. But don't buy it online. You won't find it for under $60.
Whatever, I got Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm playing big boy games now.
You want Kirby. Don't try to deny it with your Metal Gear lust. You want Kirby.
My favorite games I'm playing right now are fucking Metal Gear Solid, of course, Dark War Story, Dark Souls 1, 2, and Bloodborne. Terribly difficult games with dark, tense, environments. And I play Kirby just to lighten it up, because sure, they're easy games, sure, they're a cakewalk, but have you seen how well and tightly they're designed? How colorful they are? Kirby games are awesome.
That reaches back to Nintendo games in general. They're just awesome.
They are. Nintendo games are awesome.
Actually, I picked up a game recently. Shouldn't have, but I was curious, because I've never played it before. NES Remix.
Oh, how is that?
Ultimate NES Remix. It's really cool. In concept. And in actual gameplay, very easy to do. Basically, what would happen if you took old NES games and gave yourself certain stipulations to win?
I don't think Bubble Bobble would do much in Contra.
I don't know, but that's one of the hooks of NES Remix. Games interfering with one another. So it actually shows on the box, it's got a level from Metroid, and the concept there is beat the boss. So simple enough. And a lot of these challenges can be beaten in no time. Like, I got this last night, and I've played it for a combined total of 2 hours, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And each challenge has 3 stars that you can collect. So the faster you beat the challenge, the more stars you get.
Right.
And for playing for only 2 hours and beating a bunch of challenges, I have over 180 stars. It's not like impossible to get those stars. You just basically, play the best you can and you'll get it. It's very lenient. But as far as the remix challenges, those are really, really clever and sometimes really mean. For example, beat Wispy Woods. What's the catch? You have 3 gigantic boos from the Mario universe coming after you if you turn your back on them.
Oh, finally a challenge. Wow, that seems fun.
Let's see. Get to the end of the level in Mario 3. What's the catch? Mario has been cloned twice, so there are now 3 Marios you're controlling at the same time, but you have to make the real one survive.
Oh, that's crazy.
What was another one? Another one I really liked. It was, get to the flagpole. It was a Mario 1 challenge, and every 5 seconds, the level went dark.
Ooh! Donkey Kong Country, yo ass!
It was awesome!
Yeah, that seems fun.
Yeah, and the Wii U version and the 3DS version are still, they're still $30. But I would say it's totally worth it because you get to go through a bunch of NES classics you didn't even know you liked, like Excite Bike. Those challenges are fun. Punch Out. Those are really fun challenges. And it gives you a pretty good handful. Yeah. And it actually teaches you about the old games.
That encapsulates Nintendo in a nutshell. Something familiar, yet something new.
Yeah.
It's familiar because we know these games, but we don't know them quite like this. Outside the use of hacking tools.
Yeah, I'm seeing here on the back of the box, it says Link versus Donkey Kong. And I kind of want to try that. That was another challenge that I really liked.
Oh?
It was, as Luigi, save Mario from the 3rd level of Donkey Kong. The original Donkey Kong. Now, with Luigi levels, the entire level's flipped. The 3rd level of Donkey Kong, it has the conveyor belts or whatever, and it has the jumping springs.
Oh, you mean 75 meters?
75 meters, yes. That's what I meant.
Okay.
So, you have that level to deal with, and you just have to get up to Mario.
Ooh.
That was part 1 of the challenge.
Ooh.
Part 2, it said, on second thought, get back to where you started.
Oh!
I was like, oh, that's cool! And you have to do it in the fastest time to get 3 stars. I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's nice.
So, highly recommended for bite-sized fun.
I think I might get it on the 3DS then, because it makes more sense to be bite-sized on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm. That's what I got it on. Highly recommended.
Well, I think I have found a contender for a game that is almost as bad as Ride to Hell Retribution.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, no. Oh, yes, I'm serious. Now, the thing about this game is that I really do think that they tried to do something here, but just everything fucked up. There is a good idea somehow buried in this mess.
Is it Deadly Premonition?
That's a good game.
Oh.
Well, that's a game.
Okay.
This is a game called Raven's Cry.
The hell is that?
Raven's Cry is a pirate game, and it was apparently so bad they canceled the 360 retail release, and it's available on Steam right now for everybody, and it's available for PS3 and PS4, but only in the EU.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Ouch.
I'm reading from Wikipedia right now. Says Raven's Cry was panned by critics, receiving an extremely rare 1 out of 10 score from GameSpot, the lowest possible score on the site. 35% on game rankings on 2 reviews, 27 out of 100 on Metacritic, and mostly negative on Steam.
Jesus.
Let's see, where do I start? The graphics are kind of bad, not great, not terrible, but pretty bad. But, the animations are terrible. The voice acting is terrible. The dialogue is terrible. I think they patched it out, but when you're sailing on your ship, you just have one of your deckmates just shouting obscenities at you, and, no joke, they're all this. Be brave, motherfuckers! Be brave, you bitches!
Wow, really?
Yeah, it is. It is really terrible. The game opens up with this real evil, douchebaggy looking captain. He's sitting in his desk, he's looking over stuff. Then Deckhand comes in, and he says, "Sir, the ship's been seen over on the whatever. Our target's been seen." And then he just looks up and says, "Get the fuck out of here." And I'm thinking, wow, this guy is a gravelly voiced douchebag. I really hope you don't get to play as him. And just as I thought that, the camera appears playable, and he is our main character throughout all of this.
Ouch.
His name is Christopher Raven.
What an original name. The Christopher just screams douchebag. The Raven screams just the inability to think of a better name.
The Christopher does scream douchebag, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
I mean, I don't think I know any guys named Christopher who are any kind of...
I have had to live with that throughout high school, that the fact that if anybody's name is Chris, they're automatically a douchebag. And for the most part, they're absolutely right. Unless you're one of the different ones. Unless you're one of the better ones.
But yeah, Raven's Cry. Maybe it'll appear on the channel one day.
I would love to be a part of that.
But I tell you, it's going to be on our year-end top 5 worst of 2015.
Have you played it yet? I guess I missed that part.
I have not, but I've seen plenty of gameplay, and I just want to see how bad it was, and it's bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Oh Lord.
Hmm?
I just figured out who the developer of Raven's Cry is.
Tell me.
People named Reality Pump Studios. Ring any bells?
It should, but who is it?
Well, they've made some games. I'll just read off some of the things they've done. They've done Earth 2140, Night Shift, Earth Universe, Cluster Frenzy, and what's this one? Oh yeah, the Two Worlds games.
Yes! Finally, we get some trash.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. Like, I'm pretty sure they had a lot of issues in development.
No kidding, if they're getting the lowest scores imaginable.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking bad. I mean, oh man. Yeah, this is gonna be a follow-up to Ride to Hell.
Okay.
It even looks like Jake Conway.
Oh good. Another gravel voice loser.
With shitty voice acting.
Now, I will say, whether I sounded like it or not, I really did enjoy our time on Ride to Hell. It was just one of those games where, even though you didn't play it, you're just like, oh god. How?
Yeah, Yahtzee, the guy who encouraged me to buy it, he said in his review, "You have to see this shit." And I was like, okay, so I went out and bought it.
Oh, you fool.
I don't care.
Fool.
I wouldn't have paid $60, but hey, I had no problem paying $20 for that because what a lot of fun we had.
Yeah.
You had. Just you.
No, you had fun when you got completely wasted in the last episode. That was funny.
No, I did. It was fun. It really was fun because of how bad it was.
Well, I think with bad games like that you or I do playthroughs of, it's just actually recording it. That's abysmal. Talking over it and making fun of it, that's fun.
Well, the fact that I already beaten it before made it a little bit easier.
I would say, because if that was your first time, you probably would have given up on it.
Yeah.
I would have, most definitely. I'm still trying to get through X-Blades, but I just can't be damned to because it sucks so friggin' much.
Well, the thing about Ride to Hell is that it's not a game that is that particularly difficult. The gameplay isn't so bad you don't feel like playing it after a while. Like X-Blades, I could not see myself playing or finishing or even caring about that game.
Let me tell you about X-Blades.
Please don't.
I thought I was I thought I was halfway through the game to the point where I stopped. No. I was about 2/5 through the game.
Oh, jeez.
And I stopped right at a boss that, and by the way, boss fights take about a half hour because you don't do damage to them. And, but they can do all the damage to you, and they send out little minions that you can't kill unless you have full magic. How do you get full magic? You need to land hits. You can't land hits because the controls are so bad, and the hit detection's awful. It sucks.
That sounds terrifying.
It sucks so goddamn much, and having to play for like 3 hours getting stuck on another boss that barely died, I was pretty much done with it as soon as and by the way, the boss I got stuck on, same boss I fought at the beginning. Takes about just as long to kill it. They recycle bosses. Imagine that.
Oh, wow. That is awful. That is just terrible.
Yeah, it is. And I was planning on doing like every segment as a separate video because I thought I was getting far through the game. I was just thinking, okay, well, this room will be a separate video because it's long enough. Because it takes forever to kill enemies. And then it got to another story segment and I was like, oh my god, I'm not even close? Alright, that's a series canceled.
Yeah, you wanted to throw that on the channel with us and have me talk over it.
Ooh, that's...
And I'm pretty sure all I would say is, wow, look at her ass. Not much else to look at.
Yep, no, that's another bad... I should make a separate shelf just for shitty games that I have. Since I now have so many.
Well, actually, okay, here's how you, make a separate shelf for your shitty games. You go over your games, and leave it like that.
Okay.
I don't feel proud of that one.
I do have a lot of crappy games. In fact, I'm looking at one on my shelf right now. I could just tell it's bad.
What is it?
Here, let me get it.
Okay.
Because it came with a GameStop-specific pre-order item. And there is a story behind this. I won't tell you what the game is until I go through the story, but first of all, when this game was released, it came with a special item for first runs of the game, I guess I should say.
Right.
So, walk into GameStop and they start telling me a story. Saying, the other store put the box with this item that you're allowed to get out on the floor. That is a big no-no.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I've worked there. They put the special item out there with the box, so of course somebody stole it.
Naturally.
And then you gotta realize, oh, why would they steal this? Well, there's a very good reason why they would steal this. It's a calendar. It's a 2015 to 2016 calendar. And it has nothing but, like, hot anime girls in it.
Why did you pre-order this again?
You know, because I love JRPGs. I didn't know it was going to be this bad, because the first thing they said is, oh, you're here to pick up that game? Well, let me show you what you got. And I always love it when they do that, because I know that me not knowing what I got is a lot funnier to them and to me. Because I didn't know this was coming. There's actually a lot of games that I didn't know had reserve bonuses, this being one of them. They take out the game and they take this out and they're like, yeah, you're getting a calendar with this, but let me show you what's inside. And I was like, oh, Jesus, here we go. They start flipping through and they're like, yeah, this was a really weird one to take out of the shipment box, because I'm flipping through it and I get to one page and I go, oh, Lord, we cannot show this to people.
Oh, that makes me feel good.
Uh-huh. So let's just say that's a very R-rated pictures in there. Can't show that. But this game is called Dungeon Travelers 2, The Royal Library and the Monster Seal. I think I can safely consider it a shovelware game put on the Niche-mobile.
Sounds awful.
It's a JRPG where there's only one guy and a bunch of girls fighting monster girls.
I don't even know if I like JRPGs anymore.
I actually compared this to Pokemon, and I wasn't that far off. Because you need to capture the monsters that you fight and have them fight on your side.
Oh, I thought you had to capture the girls.
I maybe you do. I don't know. I haven't even taken it out of the plastic yet to try it. So yep, there's that. Do you have anything else?
Have you played Killer is Dead?
Nope.
It seems like it's criminally short. I mean, I like it because I only paid $6 for it.
Right.
You know, if I would have paid any more, I would have been pissed off. But there's 12 chapters that I can think that I know of. Here's how the first one goes. Chapter 1. You're in an alley. There's a dude. He fires a gun at you, and you deflect all of his bullets with a sword. Gameplay starts. You walk down the alleyway while this dude is shooting at you. And you're deflecting with your blade, pretty much. You just keep walking down the alley till you get to an opening. Cutscene plays. You kill him. End of chapter.
Oh, no.
It's like, what the fuck? Chapter 2 was just about as long. I'm thinking, okay, what is this? This is going to be another really goddamn short game. Then when I got to the third chapter, right before I got to the third chapter, here's a black screen and the game says,
Alright, here is where the real killing begins.
and I'm thinking, that's a nice touch, actually. See, I can never say Matsuda 5-1, because his games may not be the greatest, but goddammit, he knows how to make games too.
Right. Grasshopper Manufacturing and Suda51 have a pedigree for making games that are completely out of the ordinary, and while they might not be 5 stars, they're still interesting and keep your attention.
I remember Lollipop Chainsaw more than I do whatever generic FPS I've played lately. Oh wait, I haven't played any.
Lollipop Chainsaw, No More Heroes, Killer 7.
Even Shadows of the Damned, which I didn't think was that great.
You didn't like the big boner?
The joke played out pretty quickly. The gameplay got pretty... The gameplay just got stale, and I lost all interest. And then my Xbox died, and so I gave up of ever finishing it.
As you should.
I'm not even sad about my Xbox being broken.
That's probably the funniest part.
I got a lot of games for it, but I don't care. I'll get it fixed whenever I fucking feel like it.
Or when Xboxes become like, I don't know, $20 maybe?
If only.
That would be kind of nice. Just pick up spare 360s just in case your old one dies.
Yeah. Oh wait! I think we also forgot another thing that was announced recently that we gotta yell and scream and cry about it on the podcast. Zero Escape 3!
Yes!
Zero Escape 3!
Yes!
Zero Escape fucking 3!
When I sent that to you...
Wow!
When I sent that to you, I was thinking, when we were looking at... Oh my god, I can't remember... For Infinity. When we were looking at For Infinity, I was going, well, maybe this is Zero Escape 3. You and I were both trying to figure out what these random words meant. And we were like, oh, could it be Zero Escape 3? Nah, it couldn't be. And then it turned out to be real, and I was just like, oh my god, really?
Everyone thought it was like that too, and I love it when there's a teaser and gamers get together and try and figure it out, and they're right most of the time. Again, with the Phantom Pain, when they released that weird, mysterious trailer during like E3 2012, it was just called the Phantom Pain, and there was like some negative space. Fans figured out it was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, just because they did some manipulation with the negative and lighting. And they were like, oh, that Kojima, he did it again.
When gamers come together, they can do great things. They can be intelligent. I know that they can. We are capable of so much more.
Indeed we are. We can also destroy the world.
Yes.
As we should.
We already are.
Oh, Windows 10 sucks.
Only because it fucked up on you.
Actually, it did fix itself. For some reason, the glitching stopped. I do agree Windows 10 is very, very nice.
Why'd you say it sucks then?
Just to start some controversy, as all gamers do.
Oh, okay.
And it initially didn't work. I'm glad it works now. So, all is forgiven. Windows 10 is cool.
Did we talk about Windows 10 the last time?
I don't think so.
No, we didn't, because that was just E3. But yeah, Windows 10, because this is a gaming anime tech podcast, I guess.
It's a thing.
It's a thing where we do stuff. But yeah, Windows 10 came out. Everybody knows right now. It's great. If you're still on the fence about Windows 10, if you have Windows 7, you don't have to upgrade. You know, that's fine. You don't have to upgrade. You can if you want to. I did, and I like it a lot more. But if you have Windows 8 or 8.1, do it. Do it.
Yeah, I decided to take your advice and upgraded my laptop, which is Windows 8. And everything I hated about Windows 8, they fixed it.
Well, I never had Windows 8 because I would never dare touch that disgrace of an OS, so what didn't you like and what did they fix?
Well, it's mainly the idea that they wanted all computers to become tablets. And that's what annoyed me the most because everything became an app system.
Yeah.
What this means is I have a touchscreen laptop with Windows 8 on it, so it's a match made in heaven. So all you have to do is press a button, you go to all the apps that you can do, you could scroll through them and everything. It's really cool looking.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, I use desktops. I don't like apps. So what does Windows 10 do? It puts all your apps in the start menu with a regular desktop. Meaning, I don't have to scroll through a bunch of apps just to get to my desktop. It's all right there, and all of my apps are still in the start menu, and I can scroll through them on the touchscreen. That helps so much.
Well, here's what I like. I use a piece of software called IOBit Advanced System Care. They have like a bunch of tools that help keep your computer in working order pretty much. They got a great malware fighter. They got a defrag system. They got fucking uninstallers. They got fucking everything pretty much. It cleans your registry. It does everything to clean your computer pretty much. Well, they came up with something called Start Menu 8. And essentially what that is it changes the Windows 10 start menu if you don't like it. Cause, yeah, it's fine, but it's really graphical intensive, and I gotta, like, click it a few times before it realizes I'm talking to it. But, if you don't like that, you can get Start Menu 8, and you can keep the Windows 7 start menu. It looks just like it. It has a thing for your modern apps, so you can get to your Windows 10 Solitaire if you want. You know, it looks just like it. What's really cool is that I have two screens. So on one screen I have the Windows 7 start menu, and then on the other screen I have the Windows 10 start menu. So I got the best of both worlds. And what's really cool is that you can change your start menu icon. Mine is an acorn right now. That is so cool.
I remember you telling me about that. That's hilarious.
It's so cool. I love 10. It feels like it's more modern, like trying to be more like Apple, really.
Which is a good thing because Apple tends to get it right the first time with a bunch of minor updates. But I've never owned a Mac. I've only owned stuff like an iPhone.
I've used plenty of Macintoshes though, so.
Okay, so you would know better than I.
It really does feel like a Mac, you know, with the interface and everything like that, and of course they got the App Store thing going on too, which is nice. The fact that it's all just put in this one little icon in my taskbar here is really nice.
Yeah, and I don't mind the apps in Windows 8, but don't make it the primary function for a laptop computer. Just give me my desktop, please.
They made Windows more accessible. I think this is the best OS since probably XP.
Did you notice the different upgrades kind of circle strafe each other as far as like to dislike?
What do you mean?
Because it went from XP to Vista, and everybody hated Vista, so they went to Windows 7.
Which everybody loved.
Yeah, people love 7. And then it went to 8, and you either love it or you hate it, but it was mainly on the negative side. So they skipped straight to 10, and now people are starting to like it more. So it's kind of back and forth between Windows updates. They need to learn when to update and when not to update.
And learn what to update.
Yeah, no kidding. If you update the wrong thing, people are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Especially with Vista. That obnoxious, are you sure you want to do this?
User
Yes.
user account control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just let me do the thing. And that's permanent on Vista. On Windows 7, you have to... Oh, wait. Was it 7 or 8? You have to do it.
You
have
could turn
to
off
do it
user account
manually.
control on Vista, because my laptop has Vista still. And I turned that shit off like the first week I got that thing back in 07.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of something else, but... No, wait, that is right. You can turn it off. Okay.
It's just that Vista started it, and they got a whole bunch of drivers that really slow down your system and eat up memory and shit like that, so it runs slow as shit all the time.
Right. And I have noticed a slight improvement with Windows 10 on my laptop. It is going faster and it's booting up faster too.
Yes, they said it was supposed to do that. They boasted better boot times and all that.
I like it.
Nice job, Microsoft. I can't believe I'm actually saying that.
Oh my gosh, technology that's actually working. What age are we in? What year is it?
It's 2 podcasts in a row where we've said something positive about Microsoft.
Well, they're finally doing stuff right.
Wow.
I mean, I'm a Microsoft user. I've got the 360, the Xbox One, against my better judgment, but it's still a next-gen console, and I really like it.
Meh.
Oh yeah, I'm a total sheep for Xbox products because I love the controller. That's one of the main reasons, like, I have a PS3, but for certain games, I just can't play them because of the PlayStation controller. On Microsoft, I can play anything just because the controller, like, it just works for me.
Have you held a DualShock 4?
Not yet.
DualShock 4, I think, is my favorite controller ever. Because it feels like it's been made for big hands, and I have huge Gorilla Ape hands, so it fits really nicely.
Yeah, are you talking about DualShock in general, or just controllers?
DualShock 4, because DualShock 4 is very different from the other 3 DualShocks.
Yeah, I noticed that DualShock 3, I thought I had one on my desk, but DualShock 3 was really light when they started going wireless with rumble support.
Mm-hmm.
And, it felt like a PS2 controller, which felt like a PS1 controller, but you noticed it starts to evolve, and now a DualShock 4, it looks cool, and they changed a couple things around.
It feels really good, though, in my hands. Like, it just fits perfectly.
And that's personally what I think about the Xbox One controller, because a 360 wireless controller, it downsizes just a little bit from the wired ones. Mm-hmm. Well, besides the battery pack, but you know what I mean. It's downsized from the original Xbox.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the original Xbox.
The original Xbox one sucked. They were just, like, you could land a plane on those things. They were so big. That's 360 controllers. They're nice and small, which can be a good thing, but then you upgrade to Xbox One. It's a lot bigger, and there's a couple more options, and they did fix a lot of things. They also made it so that the battery pack doesn't, like, jet out from the back. It's actually smooth on the back.
Oh.
You can still change it out with batteries and everything, but you can't feel the battery
really?
pack behind it. Yeah.
DualShock 4 is just like DualShock 3, totally USB charged.
Yeah,
It's so weird that they still have the AA battery thing going on. That is really terrible.
Yeah, it looks like there's a port for charging it, so maybe if I buy a rechargeable kit, it's already got the charging built into it.
And there you go.
There's
the rub.
Still love the Xbox One controller. It's nice and big, too.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks sexy, but I still like my DualShock 4 because it just feels so nice. So nice.
Microsoft versus Sony. It happens again.
Yeah, that's why our games are different now.
Yeah.
They are
that is literally the only reason why our games have branched off to different paths.
Yeah, it used to be like, like we were in high school, we got like all the same games pretty much.
Exactly. I was like, hey, you got this? Yeah, I do. Oh, that's freaking sweet.
And now you're going more towards the anime and the JRPGs. I'm going more towards the harder, more, I don't want to seem like a jerk off, but sophisticated, mature games.
No matter what you said there, you would have been a jerk off no matter what.
What do you call Dark Souls then?
A
shit game for twats, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's a piece of shit because you play it.
It's not on my shelf, right?
Yeah. I fucking hate it because you have it and I don't.
So you hate PT then?
Yeah, because you can play it and I can't. One thing I did notice, well, you do play a lot more action games than I do, and I play a lot more shitty games than you do. Oh, I'm sorry, JRPGs.
No, you're right.
Oh, well, I know. I was just giving them a nickname.
Yeah.
But it's mainly just what I'm feeling like at that point. Like, I'll still sit down and play an action game, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and I still have a need for shitty anime games too. I just haven't had any recently.
It's mainly the story at that point in time. Because when I sat down to start playing visual novels on my Vita, you can't stop me. When I get a JRPG on my Vita and I've I've noticed this recently about me, but I tend to go more for the portable, just quickly pick up and play. You don't have to turn on a console. That's probably been my biggest downfall with all these console games I own.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm liking handheld a lot recently, and the Vita's right up my alley for the stupid things I like to play, as well as the 3DS. And iPhone. I have one iPhone game. It's stealing my soul away.
Is it that Love Live game?
It is!
Yeah, your soul's gone.
It's a rhythm game!
Oh,
I love rhythm games!
There you go. Okay.
I fucking love rhythm games!
You should play Parappa the Rappa.
I wanted to back in the day. I was really bad at it, though.
So was I. But, you know, after being a Guitar Hero expert, I think I could probably take it on now.
I think I could do that, too. Yeah.
We both play on expert, don't we? Wait.
Probably not me, because I'm not as dexterous as you are.
Oh, wait. Yeah. That's right. I was the guy who always played on expert.
Yeah, I was the drummer, and I still was bad at it, because I tend to have problems doing two things at once, which I don't know how I do rhythm games.
Oh, that reminds me of this one time I went to my neighbor's house. They're a lesbian couple. You know, I used to work with one of them. You know, we're good friends. You know, all that. I just went over for a bit, and they were playing Guitar Hero Metallica, and she was playing on medium. You know, just checking it out. I was like, all right. And they turn to me and it's like, so you want to play? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. So I go ahead and sit down and I start playing Fuel on expert, of course. So I say, I'm a little bit rusty, so I don't know how good I'll do. And then, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Just fucking going crazy. I've never seen anybody drop their jaw at me playing Guitar Hero.
You are really good at the Guitar Hero games when it comes to, how do I want to say this? You have multiple actions that you have to do in conjunction with seeing the notes fly by, where the rhythm games I play, I just have to press a button.
Yeah.
When, Guitar Hero, like, I could never get past, one, that fifth button, and two, having to, move my fingers, strum the guitar, and see the notes at the same time. I can't focus on that many things.
I pretty much trained myself on Guitar Hero. Cause I got the first one for my birthday, like in 2006, because I played it back when I was a junior in high school. Some kid, some guy brought it in and, checked it out on easy, and I was like, I can get into this. Yeah, alright. And then I bought it, took it home, and played the first game all 4 times on easy, normal, hard, and expert. Beat them all 4 times, and I think that's what made me good, that I just trained myself hard on it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Still can't beat Guitar Hero 3, fuck that noise. Raining Blood, are you goddamn kidding me?
Well, I think that's because they jumped the difficulty in 3. It had to have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. That was the one that introduced Dragon Force, after all.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're throwing off topics again, because it's gone on for about an hour and a half, and hey, you like our podcast, you're gonna sit here and listen to it, goddammit. What do you think about Guitar Hero 4 and Guitar Hero Live and Rock Band 4?
I have a strange feeling that history is going to repeat itself.
I don't think they have a chance.
Rock Band, I think, has a better chance than Guitar Hero, but then again, Guitar Hero was the more popular of the two.
But Harmonix announces Rock Band 4, and then, ironically, a couple weeks later, oh yeah, there's a new Guitar Hero coming out too, yeah.
That's why I said history is about to repeat itself. There's going to become an overabundance of rhythm games again, and it's going to crash and burn. Initially, when they come out, you're either going to get one or the other, and people will love it. Because of the sales from that, they're going to make another one. And then another one. And Activision won't know when to quit, and Harmonix will know when to quit, but will sadly become financially disrupt, and have to stop Rock Band when Guitar Hero keeps going, and then Guitar Hero crashes and burns.
Well, Harmonix claims it's going to try very hard to get to recognize old hardware and to recognize old DLC, and I really hope that they do. And I also am sitting back and thinking, okay, how the fuck you gonna do that?
Mm-hmm. Apparently there's supposed to be, I don't know if this is true, but an adapter for the old instruments to play on the new consoles.
I would love if that was the case. That would be, like, great. If they have a way to make 360 controllers playable on the PS4, and bring the DLC from the 360 to the PS4.
I mean, let's not go nuts here.
I'm sold. If they can get past that barrier, I am fucking sold.
Yeah, I think that was one of the selling points that they were trying to hammer home. It's just like, hey, guess what? You still have those old controllers? Well, you don't have to buy new ones. And I gotta think, are they gonna do cross-platform, or are they just gonna say, well, if you have the Xbox One, well, you could just transfer it over to your Xbox One, and that will make me... I think I'm gonna skip out on both of these rhythm games. I don't need them.
Is it just next gen?
Yes, it is next gen only for these games.
That's gonna be a hard sell. Well, they're still working on shit, and I hope they get everything ironed out, because I'd love to get the band back together again.
Mm-hmm. That would be nice.
You think that's what they're doing, getting the band back together? Whatever.
Maybe. Oh, can I just enlighten you on something that's really, really funny?
Sure.
I learned this yesterday at GameStop, because every once in a while they'll let me know information that's not made public yet. Don't tell anybody. But this was kind of inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
They let me know yesterday. Mortal Kombat X, the 360 and PS3 version are canceled. And this has been a long time coming.
I thought they were already out for those consoles.
They only made the next-gen versions.
Oh.
And then, on release date, this was initially the nail in the coffin. This is how I knew they were dead. On release date, the 360 and PS3 version were pushed back.
That means that something's up.
That means it's pretty much guaranteed not to be released, because then when that release date came sooner, we'll push it back more. And then more. And then eventually they just, just can it.
I don't think it would have been dead if they pushed it back once. Because, hey, I mean, the GameCube and the Wii version of Twilight Princess were supposed to be released, but they pushed back the GameCube version. And that's the superior one, I think. But
okay, I can see where you're coming from.
The second time, yeah, I would have thought so. Well, would you rather do what Arkham Knight did and just release the game as is anyway and say, oh well?
Well, the console versions, they actually work. PC version does not work. It's, in fact, gone. You can't buy the PC version of Arkham Knight, but that's a different story.
I wonder if it's outright. I wonder if they put it back out.
Not yet. I think they gave a new release date for the PC version. That's basically what was going on with Mortal Kombat X is, you have a game that was made from the ground up for next gen. Why would you go backwards? That was just confusing to me.
Phantom Pain's available for PS3 and 360. It just isn't going to look as pretty.
Yeah, but that is... I think they just... PS4 games, do they use Blu-ray too?
Yes.
Okay, so that's literally just scaling back the graphics. Ship it for $10 less, there you go.
Yeah, Phantom Pain runs at 1080p, 60 frames per second, all that sexy graphics and all that, and I think PS3 is going to be scaled back considerably. Of course, I hope it isn't like the port of Shadow of Mordor for the PS3.
I haven't seen that.
Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. It's pretty much Lord of the Rings meets Assassin's Creed, literally.
Right.
Fine game, though. Fine game. Don't get the last-gen version, though, because it's all filled with audio bugs and hiccuping and stuttering and poor frame rate drops and... yeah.
See, that's why I think we should be focusing on the new next-gen, because that's what everybody is going to continue to get. Like, you've had support for your last consoles for, like, the past year or so. It's time to move on.
I think, though, if you can scale it back and put it on the old consoles, and if you can afford it, and you know that you probably won't sell as much, then I say go for it.
Yeah, because with, let's say, for example, the Xbox One version of Mortal Kombat X, you're dealing with a brand new disc from Xbox One to 360.
Mm-hmm.
That would take more processing time. It would be obnoxious to fix any bugs because you've already released the game. Mortal Kombat X is probably the best example of you might as well just skip last gen. Now, for something like Metal Gear, you bring up a good point. It's same disc. You could just scale it back, sell it again, boom, money. Automatic money.
I also think it's a lot easier for systems to be multi-platform now, because the PS4 and the PC and the Xbox One all have similar structures now. Because remember how crazy the PS3 was to develop for when it first, when it first started.
Yeah.
Because it was,
It was a nightmare.
oh yeah. They had to push back the Oblivion port for so long, and then they figured it out, and now everything's alright. For the most part, usually for most games.
Maybe it's a case-by-case basis at that point.
Yeah.
Because Mortal Kombat already sold a lot.
And I'm getting the superior version of MGS5 anyway, so we're good there.
Mm-hmm. So everybody's happy.
Yay!
Yay! Do you have anything else?
Don't think I do. Nope, think I'm good.
I kind of like this format we have. End of month, longer than usual. Catch up.
I think that'll be, this should be a thing now.
Well, we can make it a thing. Yeah, sure.
Try to, at least.
In fact, I will release this on the last day of August.
Alright.
The day before Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out and Danganronpa Another Story, you won't hear us for another month.
Well, it probably won't take you as long to beat Danganronpa as it'll take me to beat Phantom Pain.
I hope not. I do hope it's at least decently lengthed, but it probably won't last nearly as long as your precious Metal Gear Solid.
It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if your game was like about, I'd say, 20 hours or so.
It'll probably be that, yeah.
Maybe even less than that.
Yeah.
Several missions, maybe some replay value and all that, but with Phantom Pain, here's the entire country of Afghanistan for you. Go crazy!
Explode that shit! Sneak that shit.
I'm a little worried, though, because the environments look like it's just desert, and nothing but a lot of brown and orange.
They'll change it up.
And I usually don't like that too much. Yeah, that's why I didn't like Fallout 3 too much, but I think it's going to be different because, it's a constantly shifting environment.
Yeah, and I think Metal Gear Solid 4, that switched locales a lot to very pretty locales.
But MGS5 takes place in just one place.
Or does it?
Well,
they might change it up on you.
A couple of places, but a lot of deserts. It's going to be a lot like Red Dead Redemption. Which even then, they had a snowy forest to go to in the third act. In New Mexico. Whatever.
Well, I can't wait for games. Oh, we're getting into the busy season, by the way.
Oh, great, yeah.
Oh, this season's going to be fun. There's actually a lot of good stuff coming out this year.
Like Devil's Third.
Alright, I kind of figured that was, just from the looks of it, it was going to be shovelware, but I'm still kind of excited for it.
I forgot about Devil's Third. Yeah, we should talk about that for a quick moment before you wrap things up.
The reviews are out for Devil's Third. It's looking like an 80 out of 100. It's looking like an average game, but one of the brighter notes I saw in the reviews were it's new. There's a lot of new stuff. It does things differently than other games, and a lot of the locales are very cool.
Are we talking about the same game?
Yeah.
Because I've been hearing that it's one of the worst games of 2015.
Probably wouldn't go that far.
Because the characters are crap, the gameplay is crap, gameplay looks like crap.
We'll just have to see. Probably won't pick it up.
Because Tomonobu Itagaki, looking back, very, very hit and miss.
Well, basically all he did was Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive.
There were good Dead or Alive games. There were bad Dead or Alive games. There were good Ninja Gaiden games. There were bad Ninja Gaiden games. Okay, fine, there weren't. I just didn't like the first one because it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Is that my fault? Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
I bet you anything, if you went back, you'd be able to actually beat them.
Probably. Yeah.
Because you deal with hard games all day.
Now that I've Dark Souls myself into a better gamer.
First ninja, you're dead. It's just a lot of dodging, man.
Well, I also learned that hitting A, X, and Y is my ultimate attack, pretty much. That makes me do a fast, short hop, and the Y makes me launch forward with my sword. Does a lot of damage. That's how you kill most of the really tough enemies. It does pretty good damage, too, so...
I kind of want to play Ninja Gaiden again. Man, now I want to play games.
I'm probably going to go back to Dark Souls 2.
I'm probably going to do something.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I picked up Dark Souls 2 during our break. That is Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin.
Yeah, the PS4 port. You're still having fun with it?
I'm still having fun. I don't like it as much as Dark Souls 1 or Bloodborne. But that's the difference between, you know, a 9.5 and a 9.75, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of niggling problems and irritations that I have with it, like the fact that I can't seem to hit anybody, but when I try and dodge roll, I always get hit. You know, that's fucking bullshit, you know? There's a lot of really things that they've done, not really to make it more difficult, but to just make it more annoying.
I see.
Weapon degradation is way too fast. That's a little bit annoying. But it's... And the fact that, because I don't like it as much, it has to be the longest goddamn Dark Souls game there is. Because it has 3 things of DLC, which I think I might stream. I don't know, I'm tossing around a few ideas for setting up consistent streams.
Yeah, you've been streaming a lot lately.
Yeah, I've just been... Yeah, it's called UDJ's Streamaganza Extraordinaire. All I do is I go on Twitch every so often, usually the weekends, and I just play games. Talk, have fun, have a damn good time. I implore you all to come down, especially on Tuesday when Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out, and I'll be streaming that. Is it raining?
I don't know, I can't hear anything. It better not be.
It feels like it's raining.
I think I'm ready to go play games. How about you?
I'm feeling that too, so why don't we come to the present day, what's coming up, and we'll end this episode the 15th.
Yep. Let's do games we're playing and projects we're doing, and then we'll call it a podcast.
Alrighty.
Right now, yep, I'm playing Binding of Isaac Rebirth because it's crack. It is totally crack to me. And Ultimate NES Remix, give a special shout out to that. But as far as console games, Rare Replay. It's given me a lot to experience for the first time.
What specifically in the Rare Replay? Are you just still sampling before you stick on something?
I've sampled a lot of them, but mainly Banjo-Kazooie. And I am realizing that while everybody praises it, I kind of find a lot of the stuff they do bullshit. I don't know if that's just...
Well, I played it when it first came out in '98, so...
I probably would have had a better mindset back in the day, but now that I know when to call bullshit, Banjo-Kazooie has a lot of lackluster things.
Yeah. But you still love it, don't you?
I tolerate it. Let's say that.
Nah, it's a good game. Well, I'm playing mostly Dark Souls 2, Rocket League, and Bloodborne. Those are my top 3, but I've been dabbling the PS3 a lot too, because I'm probably not going to touch it again once Phantom Pain comes out. Replaying Dark Souls, trying to do a pyromancy build this time. Playing the South Park game a lot. A few of the PlayStation Plus games I never got around to. Like Dragon's Crown. There's a lot of things I don't like about Dragon's Crown, but I find myself continuing to play it. I mean, it's alright, I guess. I love the art style, but I don't like the fact that a narrator is telling me what to do.
Oh, yeah. That does get on my nerves too, but it's a pretty good dungeon crawler.
Yeah, that's fine, you know. But yeah, Rocket League is mostly another thing I've been playing too. So, yeah, that's about it, really. Projects, I've got like 3, and I really want to down it to 2. But the Let's Play of Danganronpa 2, Resident Evil 3, they're all going swimmingly. And we're almost done with the first half of Resident Evil DS. We are, yeah.
What about you?
Me, Sonic Dreams just went up today.
Yep.
And that's going to be an upcoming Let's Play once Goemon gets finished, hopefully this week or next. Okami Season 3 will be finished when it's finished. hoping to finish it next year. Well, maybe if I crack down and I try really hard, I can get it done by the end of the year, but, we'll see.
This is like the longest Let's Play I've ever seen of an extremely long game.
It's a huge game. There's a lot to do. I gotta play it twice, practically.
Get on it!
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing that. Law & Order Legacy should be coming up There are a lot of audio issues with Law & Order Legacies, but...
Is that the game or just you?
That was me. That was my fault. Because instead of using this lovely microphone I'm using right now, I was using my shit webcam microphone.
Oof.
Because we started recording the first case soon after I made the switch to Windows 10, and it fucked up some settings on a few things, and I didn't realize I was recording on the wrong microphone.
Ah.
Not only that, but the video files fuck up a little bit when I try to put them in Vegas. So, this takes a little bit of tinkering around, but getting that out too.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff to look forward to, and with this, hopefully with this new one podcast a month at the very end of the month setup, we'll have a constant reminder of what happened in the past month.
Yes.
I kind of like this this once a month kind of thing. That means we actually have to do it.
Yeah. But hey, instead of just doing an impromptu, we can actually be a bit more formal.
Exactly.
Hope you enjoyed this August edition of the Orange Peripheral.
Yes, get your monthly Orange Peripheral.
It's that time of the month. That's right. The Orange Peripheral.
Shut up. Now's not the time for that. Maybe that's how we should advertise it.
Hey, that was just Ant Whoa right there.
More like Ant No.